how are people going to find purpose in this world where so much is changing and layoffs are happening? How do people find purpose when they don't have a job?
Yeah, I think that is the most important question for our species over the next 10 years. I literally think it's the most important, it's the existential question for us as a species. Because if you look at what's happened over the last 10 years, or even a little bit further back, closer to 20 years, on the one hand, you have increase in social media and information overload and all these other anxiety catalysts, let's just say, right? But our brains, physiologically, are the exact same brains that we've had for the last 10,000 years. They haven't changed in 10,000 years. The difference is the information we have to process on a daily basis. And if you and I were having this conversation only 100 years ago, we would not have access to the horrifying visuals that you see in these like war-torn areas of the world, right? Like, for better, for worse, like we get, Ukraine and Gaza and other things pumped into our brains on a daily basis. We hear about uprisings and school shootings and all these things because of the internet and because of social media. We have to process all of that. And our brains have never had to process that before. And so since we're processing way more anxiety these days than we ever had to, it's not surprising that you see all these headlines around mental health crises and loneliness pandemics and all these other things. And unfortunately, AI is another anxiety-inducing change to the world, right? Because now many people have spent many years, going to educational institutions and preparing for careers, and now some of those careers are literally being replaced by AI as we speak, right? They're becoming obsolete. And so that is a catalyst of making us question, why are we here? Like, what is my purpose or value in this life, right? It just increases the amount of anxiety around that question. And so that's going to continue, unfortunately, because of the rise of AI. It's going to create more of that anxiety going forward. For all the benefits, the productivity benefits that AI provide, like you said before, you have an Oracle in your pocket and it's amazing. It's this amazing tool. It's also an anxiety-inducing tool for many people and will be. So how do you find purpose in life in that situation? This is where it becomes extremely important to have some emotional regulation tools. So it can get really easy throughout the course of the day. You're doing your job and you're working on whatever you're working on, and then you check Twitter or something, and then boom, you get this anxiety in your face, right, from what's going on in the world. And if in the background, AI is potentially eating away at your livelihood or your ability to do what you're doing, that's just another source of anxiety. So, how do you find purpose throughout the course of the day, right? How do you effectively manage